Welcome to another episode of Millionaire's Mind. Thank you so much for choosing to join us on Ebru TV. My name is Lucy Riley, and as always, this is the program or the show that teaches you how to grow and scale out your business. And we talk to young entrepreneurs who are doing business and exactly understand how they've grown in the industry and whatever spaces that they are in. So I'm really happy and excited that you could join us. You can engage with us on all social media platforms. That's at EbruKE on Twitter and YouTube, or myself at Lucy Riley. Now today we are going to be delving into the tech and innovation space, and I am joined by Shalom Wangumba, who is a very charming and intellectual young entrepreneur, and I'll allow him to introduce himself. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me in the show, Millionaire's Mindset.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I could echo my name again, Shalom Wangumba. Technology and innovation, that is a space we are in. That is what we are passionate about. That is what we wake up, sleep, eat, drink, repeat.
Wow, I really like that. I really like that. And so at a very young age, you've been able to achieve so much. I mean, talking about designing and innovating an app. And so what does it really take to be an innovative entrepreneur, especially in the tech space?
Well, for starters, we usually like to begin from a point of understanding the definitions of things. And so every time we say definition, it means what was the original context of what a word meant. Now you've mentioned two words, innovation, technology. So innovation has everything to do with thinking out of the normal. Whatever has been the normal thing, think how you can change the routine, think of how you can add something new to what was not there, and then create something that appears to be of complete novelty. When it comes to technology, which is very easy, it usually sounds like a big word, especially to preceding generations, but technology has everything to do with the collection, analysis, synthesis, and the storage of information for practical purposes. Now, those two are very important. Innovation, changing the methods of how things are done, and then technology, practical purposes. So when you bring these two together, you realize that you're bringing about novelty to doing things practically. So technology basically comes and says what has been there in existence and how can we make it more effective and efficient by automation processes. It may sound a bit complicated, but it is easier when you think about it insofar as the code of practicality is concerned. Technology should be able to do something practical that solves practical problems in a practical world. Yes.
What does it take then to be that type of a person, that entrepreneur who is innovative and changes the way you do things, makes it more innovative from a technological point of view? Does it take any extra special qualities or traits?
Well, you could say, yeah, it does. I would be lying to say it doesn't, because come from this school of thought where we understand that it is the inner game that runs the outer game. So whatever you want to do, meddling around the tech space, the innovation space, this is the outer world. Now your inner game is going to make the difference. What are you passionate about? From where we come, we like to summarize things in acronyms for purposes of remembrance. Now it is at this juncture where I pivot the meaning of GPS from what it usually normally is, which is geographical position satellite, but now we talk about it as gift, passion and skill. So when I bring it gift, passion and skill, you understand that a gift, by definition, simplest for anyone, is that thing which you do absolutely best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. Passion is from the definition I've just mentioned about what we do. Wake up in the morning, sleep, eat, drink, repeat. It's a thing that you would do on any amount of day, and no amount of money would change or pivot that course. And then when you talk about skill, it's something that you can learn. That's why they say hone your skills. Something that you identify that has a lot to do with gaining of new knowledge, gaining of new exposure, gaining of new experience. So those are basically just the things you need to have an understanding of. What is your gift? So say for example in technology, let me give an example of a website. Simplest example. A website is something called front end. Then there's something called back end. Now front end is the logical processes of everything that a user on the end will see. So when you open up a page, the colors, the font, the graphics, the motion, that is all front end. But now the physical processes that run it behind, now that is back end. So for the back end bit of it, there's a lot of mathematical proficiency that is required. So now when I get you back to the GPS, the gift, passion and skill, be passionate about maths. Do you have a gifting of it? If you have a gifting of it, then there are certain languages that will come to you as child play. You'll just be like a walk in the park. When it comes to front end, say we are talking about the design and the beauty of it, do you just have an eye to spot beauty in things? That ability for you to recognize a sunset and its glow can be a hint that you can be able to see things from an aesthetic point of view. And that is all the design process from a front-end perspective is concerned. So yes, you're in again, we'll run that out again.
I like what, when you talk about your GPS,
Yeah.
right? Your gift, your passion and your skills.
Yeah.
But does it really come easy? Some people, especially young people, are struggling just to identify, what their gift is, what they're passionate about, marry that together, build their skills and perhaps even create an income or be entrepreneurs using what they naturally have.
Yeah.
So did it come easy for you, and what exactly do young people need to do in order to realize that potential?
First of all, I think from this point, if I remember the name correctly, Millionaire's Mindset, it's a mindset. It is all about a mindset. All the resources that we're pursuing outside there, you will attract them by the energy that is in your mind. So such a conversation right here that we're having is really important. And the first thing that needs to begin from a point of them that already have an understanding of how to maneuver around the industry is we need to have more of these conversations, because it is the conversations that will begin the thought processes in the minds of young people. They are walking, how can I call them, treasure troves. They are walking treasure troves, just that they haven't discovered. And now what you have not discovered, you cannot appropriate to good use. And so now such conversations will begin this whole point of thinking, hey, if they are able to do it at this age, what did they actually use for them to get there? And then this whole thing we usually have in movies, it is of the essence that we replicate it in the real world. Now what I mean in the movies, we usually have heroes. If I mention Superman, something comes to your mind. Mention Batman, something comes to your mind. And so we just need to have people who've gone before us that by the mention of their name, there's a glow or there's a picture of success, because the soul never works without a picture. So you just need to have an understanding of, oh, if I hear a certain name in the industry, he started from somewhere, he's doing something, and if he's making it, then I can make it. All I just need to do, from the principle of success leaves clues, what are the clues that have been left behind of what he is doing or what she is doing that I can emulate, and then before long, I may be where he is or even farther. So I think that's what needs to happen to ensure that we're able to spur the growth of this innovation and technology space.
I like what you're saying, especially, one of the speakers I like to listen to, that's Tony Robbins, when he says, modeling, do what successful people do and you'll get their results.
Yeah.
But perhaps you can walk us through the process of discovering your business idea. You had a concept. How did it come to you? And then now making it a realistic, an actual tangible product that you can sell to your target market.
Okay. The reason why, and this goes not only to the tech space, but to other platforms as well, the reason why there can never be a depletion of ideas is because we all carry an element of rarity. Like there's some uniqueness inside of you. And this uniqueness is primarily founded by your perspective. Now, from a concept we call triangulation, 3 points of a triangle. Your perspective at the center is formulated by the information you have, the exposure you have, and the experience. So now if I give an example, someone, because guys from the tech space, you mentioned Silicon Valley, it's huge to us because most of the technology comes from them. Someone who's been there has a different experience from me. If they were supposed to solve problems, they would solve them differently from the way I would. In fact, the problems that they have on their side are completely different from problems that are being witnessed on developing countries. So that's a different experience. That's also a different exposure totally. When it comes to information, there is also a whole lot of difference. There's this whole joke that goes around depending on the school you went to. Did you attend a group of schools? Did you attend board? Information is different. Who are your parents? Who raised you? Where did you grow up? All these things, they do not limit you. Instead, what they do, they give you a unique perspective to the things of life. And so when you bring this unique perspective, it is from that point that ideas are born. Because now you are able to realize, I have a certain idea, and if I can trace the genesis of it, it came from, the way we used to grow up. So for example, technology. Technology merges a lot with business. In and of itself, technology can lie futile because it comes and plugs into an already functional system, especially in the innovation space. There's innovation and then there's invention. Now in the innovation space, it plugs in onto an already functional system, automates it, and then makes it more effective and efficient. So when you bring that, you'll realize, I went to school, and when we went to school, we could not access water. So how about if I could create something that enables the control system to regulate the water flow in the school and something like that, and what? You see, because of that person's problem, not having water in their school compound, they're able to get a different perspective, and that advises the idea. See how it comes? And so now from the point of the idea, I think if I leave these other parts out, it'll be a half process, and then we'll not have a fully baked cake. Ideas, the world really doesn't care much for ideas as much. It is a starting point. It is very important. However, what makes the entire difference is what you do with the idea. So not ideas, but ideas implemented. And so now you need to jump to the next phase, which is all about preparation. Once you have that idea, what are you doing about it to ensure that by the time you are entering or venturing into a space to solve a problem, that you have all the know-how, all the necessary skill concerning it, all the right connections to the people who can help you to build this, because nothing monumental is built in isolation. So once you get to that preparation stage, make the preparations, then now you move to the next space, which is the identification of opportunities. Now, that can be easy for some people, that can be hard for some people, but it should be easy with the right idea. There's one person who ever said that the problem with opportunities is they come dressed in rags. And so most of the time you look at an opportunity and it doesn't look like one, because there's a certain way you expected an opportunity to show up. So that keen eye to identify what an opportunity is a game changer. But mostly, the final bit of it, execution. Execution is the best game changer. Now execution has similitude with implementation. Now you're going out to the market and saying, okay, fine, this is what we have identified as a problem. So we have an idea that could fix it in this way. We have done our preparation to this point. We have seen that this could be an opportunity to pilot, and this is what we are doing, and this is how far we have done. That's how. So this is basically like a generic piece of advice to technological innovators and anyone in any industry actually. Once you have identified that step-by-step process, whatever your solution is, whatever the name of your idea is, plug in and you can follow through this system. I promise you, it works.
Fantastic. And it really sounds to me more or less like a design thinking process, or it's very similar to it. And so now that you have your product and you're ready to test it out to the market like you had already done, walk me through your business model canvas, for example, where you would need to identify your channels of sales, your marketing, your team, your procurement, and all that kind of thing. So walk me through that.
Okay. I think I'll pick from the point of what we've previously explained. And it has to do with identifying what you want to build. So that identification comes from a simple word that's like a buzzword nowadays, that is really of the essence: vision. Vision. What are you looking forward to building? What are you looking forward to build it for? Why are you building it in the first place? Who will it sort? How will it change their lives? And vision has a lot to do with people, because if you're solving problems, it has a lot to do with problems people are actually experiencing. So now from that point, your vision will direct or advise your day-to-day activities. It will advise who you need in the team. It will advise what kind of model we need to use. It will advise your route to the market. It will advise your financial strategy. It will advise all these things. You just need to have an understanding of the vision, because now the vision will help you to know, okay, if I'm building something that is small and the problem does not go past my village, then that can already tell me the kind of finances I will need if it only covers my village. But if I have a vision and I'm talking about reaching the heights of big social networks that we know, then that is huge. Already I should already be mapping out, then I need to know that at some point in time, there will be some people who will need to come on board, either as investors or people who will chip in to give me the right connections to the people ahead. And so your vision has a lot to do with what you will build on a day-to-day basis.
We have to take a break, but in 30 seconds, I know I'm going to be killed over this, but in 30 seconds, talk to me about elevator pitch. You're in an elevator, 30 seconds is all you have in front of the investor. You want to sweep them off their feet, for lack of a better word, about your idea. How would you do it?
How do you do it? First thing first, go for the jugular. Usually call it that way. Jugular is CTA, call to action. What do you need? So that you have I have your attention first. So because here's the thing with the human mind, and technology is really not so far from psychology. You really need to have an understanding of the human mind, because the people you're building it for are human beings. So what happens is you need to have an understanding of what are they looking forward to. So give them that first, because they will remember it first. And then now when you're entering into this, elevator pitches are usually short.
Yes.
So what you need to do is speak the language of the king. Usually put it that way. So the king in this context is the person who has that which you need. Don't speak your language, speak their language. Don't talk about what you've gone through to build up that application. Talk about what it will solve and what value it will bring to them.
Okay.
Easiest way.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right. It's time for us to take a very short break. And when we come back, we'll be having another segment, which is Quickfire, which is completely a fun segment where you can take part at home. And I'm sure so far you've been able to learn so much. Let us know what exactly you picked up from that segment. And when we come back, we'll have a lot more fun. Do stay with us. Welcome back to this part of the show where we have a little bit of fun. This part is known as Quickfire. And our guest, Shalom Wangumba, will be answering a couple of questions. And let's just see how smart he is. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Fantastic. So if you have a bowl with 8 apples and you take away 4, how many do you have?
None.
Incorrect. The answer is the 4 you took away.
Okay, fine.
All right, let's get the next question.
Right.
If you had only 1 matchstick and you entered a dark room containing an oil lamp, some kindling wood, and newspaper, which would you light first?
A newspaper.
Don't overthink these questions. The match.
Okay.
You'd light the match first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Some months have 31 days. Others have 30. But how many months have 28 days?
1.
Incorrect.
Oh,
all months have 28 days.
Why am I overthinking this thing?
All right.
Oh,
Let's keep going. What happened when the wheel was invented? You got this, Shalom.
What happened when?
The wheel was invented.
When the wheel was invented. Oh, right. Okay.
5 seconds.
Okay, fast.
4, 3, 2, 1. It caused a revolution. I told you not to think so hard about these questions.
Thinking them.
I know you'll get at least 1 right.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. Why can't a living woman live in Europe, be buried in Canada?
Why can't a living woman living in Europe be buried in Canada? Okay.
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay, the correct answer is a living woman can't be buried anywhere. Remember, she's living. There you go. The answers are in the question. Just allow yourself to see.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay, where is an ocean without water?
A map.
Oh, well done.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Finally, woohoo! We're clapping for you on a map. Great. Now we're on the roll. Now we're getting all of them right. Three
Okay.
more questions to go.
Okay.
What type of hair does an ocean have?
Ocean, think oceans move like this. Wavy hair.
Well done.
Okay,
Good
okay,
job.
okay.
Woohoo. Clapping for you as well. See, now you're on a roll, really. You were just playing before, huh? Now you've
Yeah.
started, huh? Okay. If a rooster laid
Yeah.
an egg on the barn roof, which way will it roll?
A rooster does not lay an egg.
Well done.
Okay.
Congratulations. Now you're getting too many right. Please don't get all of them right. Okay, final question. Then we'll know. So far, you've gotten 3 questions right, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So final one.
Yeah.
It will, okay. How many times can you subtract 10 from 100?
Once only.
Why is that?
Because just subtracting. Once you subtract 10 from 100, it doesn't remain 100.
Ah,
Yeah.
did I give that away by asking you when I said something 90? I did? Oh.
No, you didn't. But I,
All right,
I just
well
had to,
done, well
I had
done.
redeemed myself. I mean, I overthought
Good job.
everything. Okay. Thank you.
All right, so how did you feel about that particular segment?
Wow, it was everything I just talked about here. Why you need people? Because, say for example, in tech space, what we usually have is
Yeah.
there's a time you need to have an additional person in the group who doesn't speak tech. So they think simple. They think, what is color red? They don't overthink. You ask me what is color red,
Yeah.
I go into hex codes in my head. And
Oh
I'm
my
thinking,
goodness.
and that's what exactly the same stuff the haters here.
Yeah.
And I'm out here all looking. The good thing is this will, the section there,
Yeah.
the fun bit of it,
Yes.
will be preceded by this, so they won't think I'm all dumb.
Fantastic. You had fun and I had fun too.
Yeah.
And I hope you had fun
Yeah.
at home watching us. Thank you so much for joining us on this particular episode of Millionaire's Mind. I've been your host, Lucy Riley. And until next week, same time, same place. That's every Tuesday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. You can continue to interact with us on all social media platforms. That's at EbruKE on Twitter and YouTube, or at Lucy Riley. And of course, my guest, that's Shalom Wangumba, has been absolutely insightful, phenomenal, and he's given us information packed. So let us know what you learned from this particular episode. Have yourself a good night.